Hello, it's Yvonne back to do your, I was going to say personal reading then. Don't know where that came from. To do the bonus read. Wow, I'm really looking forward to the weekend this weekend. It's been such beautiful weather. I know it's not holding out for the weekend. I've already seen the weather forecast, but it's just such a glorious day today. I've made so many changes this week, and it just has been a big week of, you know, like looking where I'm going and what I'm doing and what I want to see in my future. Huge changes coming through. All right, let's see what's going on for the bonus read. We're going to use the Celtic Universal Tarot for your reading. Okay, Eight of Cups coming through. Interestingly enough, I think we finished the What's Cracking reading with the Eight of Cups. So we'll see where we're going here. If it wasn't in that last card, it was in perhaps the last one or two cards. So, Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups talks about walking away from something. No, it's not a permanent walking away. Ideally, this is just deciding that the situation you're in is not bringing you the emotional fulfillment that you want, and it's about reviewing that. Now, when we're walking away from the 8, we may be walking towards the 10 of Cups for ultimate fulfillment. We may be looking for a 2 of Cups, which means that we are looking for love with another person, or we may be looking for the 9 of Cups, which would give us self-love. But whatever we're doing here, we're not happy with where we are. And we've come from the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups talks about confusion and illusion. So we're coming away from that. We're deciding that what we saw in that 7 of Cups isn't actually what we want. We may be walking away from an illusion. We may be walking away from some sort of energy here where we felt really confused and not really sure. But the 8 of Cups, we're saying we are sure about this. We know what we want. We're going after love, or we're going after self-love here. And the 8 of Swords to follow it up. So 2 8s coming through here, which I think is really some sort of really important message here this morning with the 2 8s. I feel like it's almost like you can see the end of a cycle. So to me, this means that you're starting to understand some sort of behavior, practice, issue perhaps. You're starting to see something from a different perspective. I almost feel with this 8 here, yeah, okay. So the 8 of Swords for me is a card that talks about, we call it the over-analysis paralysis card. Like you're stuck in a way of thinking or a way of being or doing. And you absolutely can free yourself from this energy, but really, I don't think you want to, because you have this mask on in the traditional tarot. You don't want to free yourself. And that says to me you are comfortable with your victim mentality. But you may not be comfortable because you understand it. You may be comfortable because you've always done it that way. But there's this idea in your head that perhaps you can't change that. This is who I am and I'm stuck. And you're very unhappy. You're not seeing the way forward. And it's sort of becoming a way of life for you. But I see with this 8 of Cups, somehow or another you've seen this. Somehow or another you've seen through the illusion of this, because you are starting to understand that. The 6 of Cups is very strongly a card of the past. And immediately I want to say you had a really, really... that's the first thing that came through from Spirit, was something to do with a father figure. So for some of this, it may have been your father that created this energy, because the 6 of Cups talks about the past. And you may be starting to understand here that some sort of energy you've got yourself trapped in here is not serving you. And it may have been to do with a father figure, but it also could be to do with a divine masculine. It could be to do with a husband, ex-husband, ex-partner. But somebody here you're moving away from, because you're starting to see some sort of pattern from your past emerge again, and you're realizing that you don't want to get into this pattern again. 3 of Pentacles. It's part of a karmic contract for you, and you're taking a leap of faith here and leaving it behind. Interesting energy. All right, let's have a look and see what's going on here. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles here. So now I really feel like you might be dealing with a husband, a partner, or you may have walked away from a relationship in your past, but this is still the person that's sitting behind your energy. This is the card of the husband or the partner. It can be representative of a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Now, it could also be that you've got some sort of pattern around your finances. Maybe you always think that you don't have enough, but when you look back over your life, you can see that there's always been enough. But because of the way you think, maybe you're in a lack mentality. I'm wondering if this is something to do with a lack mentality, seeing the King of Pentacles here. Let's see where we're going with this. You know, I opened all the windows and now it's really noisy outside. Isn't that typical? Sorry, I hope you can hear me clearly enough. All right, we have the Five of Swords here. There's definitely a walking away from someone here. Nine of Cups. Okay, what I feel like here is some of you are walking away from a cycle. And what I want to go to here is that maybe you have been in some sort of situation here where you're starting to understand your pattern of relationship. We all do this at some stage or another. And I say to people all the time, if you've had a parent that was cruel, harsh, or whatever when you were young, sometimes you can repeat that pattern in your relationships. And we always talk about this. You can, because you believe that your parent loved you, okay? And if your parent loved you by, you know, abusing you, then you may believe that's what love takes, or that's how you find love, or this is what love is. So you may be repeating some sort of pattern here of your relationships by choosing perhaps the same partner over and over again. And I often talk about, you know, the same partner with a different face. It's almost like you meet someone and you can feel that they feel like somebody else that you've met along the way. And that's your intuition kicking in to tell you. There is something you're walking away from here, because you look to me, quite honestly, like you're walking away from somebody else to walk to someone new here. But what I'm wondering here is that you're taking on the energy of the King of Wands. It's like you may be taking on this energy of taking charge, taking the leadership in your own life, because the Nine of Cups says that some sort of wish is coming true as a result of this energy. So whatever this pattern is for you, it could have something to do with a past father figure, past relationship where you were maybe abused, or something that didn't work out well for you. For others of you, the pattern may be around having limitations with your finances, where you are very focused on the lack of what you don't have. Let's have a look. Six of Swords, so we've got more walking away here. Six of Pentacles is good. Ten of Wands. All right, so you're definitely closing out a cycle. We do have a few repeat cards from the What's Cracking reading, but the Ten of Wands says something is completing here. You are finalizing something. And I see with the Six of Pentacles, maybe it's something to do with the equal give and take in relationships. Maybe you're in a situation where you're feeling you're not getting back love or kindness or sweetness from your partner. Maybe you're the overgiver here. The Six of Swords tells me that you are moving away from something and towards wish fulfillment here. Ten of Cups, you definitely are. Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. Oh, I want to go da-da. For some of you here, you've either realized a pattern you've been doing and you've walked away from a person or a partner that has been treating you in a certain way, understanding that that partner's been doing something that you have experienced before. And I feel like somehow or another this could be let's just do the mini reading again. I'm going to clarify a little bit more. I haven't gone deep enough. I see you walking away from something here because you're feeling unsatisfied with the Eight of Cups. Maybe you're walking towards another relationship, because I do feel like I've got two relationships on the table here, but I want to get into that more. I feel like somehow or another you're outplaying or repeating a pattern of negative behavior, or repeating a behavior that you've already learned. And sometimes this can be a victim mentality too. So maybe, and I've heard this, I hear it all the time, I would rather be in a relationship than be on my own. Or I would rather be with somebody who's, not great for me because I don't want to be by myself. That sort of energy coming through with this card today. There is something you have learned from the past here. Now, I am feeling here that it could be, because I've got the past card here, that you may have had a parent who was very dependent, codependent. You may have learned codependency from a parent here. There is something that you are serving out as part of your soul contract here. And the universe is saying to you, you need to take a leap of faith. This is about rebirth. So somehow or another, completing this cycle or realizing this pattern of behavior is going to take you into a brand new time. It really is very, very similar to the What's Cracking reading. The energy's coming through here for you. Beautiful energy though, because we do have the Emperor and Empress coming through here in this reading. I don't feel that you would be perhaps coming into union with someone who may be still stuck in some sort of victim mentality. That could be the case. But I feel more like that you are perhaps realizing in the way that you do things that you're attracting people to you who are trying to show you a lesson that you haven't been learning. That's what I think it is. Okay, so that's where the karma lies. Maybe you're repeating some sort of pattern here that you haven't seen before. Maybe the type of people you go after is the type of karmic lesson that you are being taught. But you're completing it. Whatever happens here, you're completing it. Nine of Swords with the Queen of Cups and the World card. There you go. So I feel like here, because we've got the 8s coming up at the beginning, we now have the 9 here, we have the 10 here. You are starting to bring yourself to the end of this cycle with the World card. So maybe the question you need to be asking yourself in this reading is, you know, are you feeling that gut pull that's telling you that you're repeating a pattern? Are you feeling this energy of, I know this person, I've known them before, or this person reminds me of somebody I've known before? Are you finding that somebody started unloading negative energy towards you and you've started to see that as well? For other people, this may be this energy of repeating patterns from a lack perspective. And that is the energy of, I'll never have this, so I'll settle. I'll never have, you know, the right love for me, so I'll just settle for what comes in. Or I'm in a really menial job, I hate my job, but it's better than no job at all. Because that's the sort of energy that's coming through with the King of Pentacles today. I don't know why, but that's the energy I'm getting. And I feel like here you're being asked by the universe to step into your power here. And maybe you are stepping into your power here, because when I see the Empress energy with the 9 of Pentacles, for me, that is always an extremely powerful energy. The Empress with any card seems to magnify the card anyway, regardless. But with the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles is about being who you are, standing in your own space, feeling really comfortable, being, you know, financially secure. Even if you feel like sometimes you don't have enough money for things, or money is your focus. You know, sometimes it's just appreciating that you have enough to pay your rent and put food on the table. Even if you have to go without other things, you're not being grateful for what actually is in your life. But when I see the Empress, I think you have everything you need here. You are absolutely 100% complete as you are. So why are you putting yourself through some sort of pattern, or why are you not recognizing the pattern that keeps you from being this? Because somehow or another, especially with this Queen of Cups here, this cycle needs to close out. You're holding yourself back from something. And I feel like for some of you, you may be holding yourself back from another relationship by not recognizing the pattern. So let's pull you an oracle card. Ooh. There's a real challenge shuffling these cards. I think they're so beautiful, but they are absolutely 100% impossible to shuffle. So all you can do is pull one at random. I want to say challenge accepted, but I don't think that's a good reason. Okay, let's have a look at this and see what Spirit has to say. What you are today was greatly influenced by your past thoughts and attitudes, and your present thoughts and attitudes are the building blocks of your tomorrow. Therefore, be mindful and aware of your thoughts. Positive thoughts now will help create a brighter future because every thought is a seed. If you plant weeds, you can't expect to harvest beautiful flowers. Now, this is 2 readings where I've had absolutely the most perfect card to have on top of them. Just keep it in your head. If you plant weeds, you can't expect to harvest beautiful flowers. I will leave you with that. Thank you.